Is it safe to travel to Jamaica right now during the COVID-19 crisis? Certainly, there's a lot to think about when it comes to traveling. In today's video, buckle your seatbelts while you get the latest scoop right here, whether you're planning to travel or just curious. If you're not new here, welcome back. And if this is your first time, welcome to Trending Travel. We'll be discussing the 12 important safety protocols in place in Jamaica that all those who are traveling or planning to visit Jamaica should know. We'll also discuss Jamaica-specific CDC Travel Advisory and also whether or not it is safe for you to travel to Jamaica right now. So stick with us and don't miss out on any important details. Also, if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel for important travel updates and don't forget to hit that bell icon for notifications. If you have any additional travel-related questions, go ahead and leave a comment below. We will try our best to answer all your questions. So let's jump right in. Now, let's be reminded that Jamaica reopened to Jamaican nationals on June 1st, 2020, and to international travelers on June 15th, 2020. The Jamaican authorities have been putting guidelines, rules, and restrictions in place to keep both locals and visitors safe. And of course, here are 12 specific protocols that are in place that you should know. Number 1. Application of a travel authorization. All Jamaican travelers are required to apply for a travel authorization online at visitjamaica.com. Number 2. Pre-testing for all visitors from high-risk locations. Currently, the high-risk locations include the states of Arizona, Florida, New York, and Texas in the United States of America. Number 3. Testing of high-risk travelers. Testing will be required for all travelers assessed as high risk on arrival based on the health screening and risk assessment. Number 4. Mandatory 14-day home quarantine for returning Jamaicans. Home quarantine of 14 days and monitoring through the JamCovid-19 app will be applicable to all returning Jamaican residents, both nationals and non-nationals. Number 5. The creation of resilient corridors. The Jamaican government has created resilient corridors, also known as tourism zones, to encourage safe tourism practices and conformity to specific COVID-19 protocols. Number 6. Established resilient corridor rules. Non-residents visiting Jamaica for tourism purposes and staying within the resilient corridor are required to stay within the corridor at all times, and now are also allowed to visit selected attractions within the resilient corridor. Number 7. Airport testing for business travelers. All non-residents visiting Jamaica for business purposes will be tested at the airport. Number 8. Quarantine for business travelers. Business travelers are required to remain at their intended address, whether at a hotel or private home for 14 days or for the duration of their stay, except for leaving to conduct their intended business. Number 9. Quarantine or isolation if necessary. Consider that quarantine or isolation may be required where necessary, based on the health screening and risk assessment on arrival. Number 10. Improvement in the public health system. The government has been increasing the capacity of the public health system to respond to cases within the population and to reduce disease spread. Number 11. Implementation of orders and curfews. There are government rules, orders, and curfews in place relating to the COVID-19 safety for locals, local organizations, and businesses. And number 12. Jamaica enforces COVID-19 safety rules. The usual wearing of masks in public spaces, frequent hand washing, use of hand sanitizers, and physical distancing of 6 feet is encouraged while in Jamaica. For more important details on each of these mentioned protocols, please see our Jamaica COVID 19 travel videos, which are listed in the description below. Now, let's move on to the recent CDC Travel Advisory relating to traveling to Jamaica. On August 7, 2020, the CDC cautioned American citizens against traveling to the island at this time. Let's take a look. Warning: Level 3 COVID 19 risk in Jamaica is high. Key points: CDC recommends travelers avoid all non essential international travel to Jamaica. Travelers at increased risk for severe illness from COVID 19 should consider postponing all travel, including essential travel to Jamaica. COVID 19 risk in Jamaica is high. If you get sick in Jamaica and need medical care, resources may be limited. Check with the Office of Foreign Affairs or Ministry of Health of Jamaica or the U.S. Department of State, Bureau of Consular Affairs country information page for details about entry requirements and restrictions for arriving travelers, such as mandatory testing or quarantine. Local policies at your destination may require you to be tested for COVID 19 before you're allowed to enter the country. If you test positive on arrival, you may be required to isolate for a period of time. You may even be prevented from returning to the United States as scheduled. You might consider getting tested before your trip. If so, see Testing for COVID 19 webpage for more information. Please note that the CDC has highlighted examples of essential travel, such as humanitarian aid work, medical reasons, or family emergencies, but stressed that people of all ages with underlying medical conditions should consider postponing even essential travel. With that being said, all countries reserve the right to protect their own nationals, and we all should respect that. Undoubtedly, the COVID 19 pandemic affects all countries, and therefore, we should all focus on prevention and safety at all levels, wherever we go. So, you must be wondering what's happening in Jamaica? Well, Jamaica confirmed its first case of COVID 19 on March 10, 2020. As of August 7, 2020, Jamaica had 987 confirmed cases of the virus and a 1.3% death rate from a total of 13 deaths. Of the total number of infections, 745 people have recovered. There were 42 people in hospital up to August 5, 2020. Recently, Jamaica has seen an increase in the number of COVID 19 cases, most of which are imported cases. The Ministry of Health and Wellness has highlighted recent COVID 19 cases coming out of the parish of Clarendon. As a result, the decision has been taken to quarantine the area of Sandy Bay, Clarendon for 14 days, which will take effect from August 6, 2020 to August 20th, 2020. So, what can travelers do to protect themselves and others? Firstly, we want you to stay safe, and we must state that we are not advising any traveler against country specific travel advisories or any CDC travel advisory. The ultimate decision to travel must be a personal one, and the travel information provided here should not be taken as travel advice. Therefore, please accept full responsibility to seek up to date information about all possible risks before you make any bookings or any other travel arrangements. Hopefully, from the information in this video, you will be able to make better decisions about your travel plans. If you decide to travel, consider taking these steps to protect yourself and others from COVID 19. Consider the current Jamaica COVID updates and updates of your own hometown. Subscribe to Trending Travel for important updates. Check out updates online at visitjamaica.com, among other sources. Obey the COVID 19 rules and guidelines outlined by the Jamaican government. If you're not a traveler who will be staying within the resilient corridor, avoid the Sandy Bay Clarendon area until the community quarantine has expired. Practice proper COVID 19 hygiene. And finally, do not travel if you are sick. That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like and comment on our video and subscribe to our channel for more important travel updates.